My name's Ethan Russell. I will be the speech giver today. These are my note cards. There's 4 of them. And here are my visual aids. They include some of the foods that I will be referencing in my speech. And this is my audience. If you guys could introduce yourselves.
I'm Connor.
I'm Jamie. I'm
Beth.
Courtney.
Beth and JD.
I'm Maddie.
I'm Ian.
Alrighty. Beans, beans, the musical fruit. The more you eat, the more you toot. Everybody's heard the saying, and everybody knows. Beans can give you some gas, at least when you're not used to eating them. What a lot of people don't know is that beans are also one of the healthiest plants that you can put inside your body. I didn't know how great beans and other forms of plant protein were for health and building muscle until I decided to become a vegan. As an avid lifter, I wanted to ensure that I could continue fueling my body with the protein it needed. So I did lots of research to determine the most tasty and beneficial forms of veg-friendly protein. Many people are on the verge of cutting out animal products, but are concerned with getting enough of the vital macronutrient. Others simply don't get enough as it is. Whatever your case, it can't help to know more about 3 awesome plant-based sources. First, there's nuts, which are great to throw in sweets or on top of some oatmeal. Second, there's a wide variety of legumes to choose from, including beans and lentils. And finally, we'll talk about soy by itself. Even though it is a type of bean, I believe it deserves its own attention due to the wide variety of things it's used for and its unique qualities. Let's start by talking about nuts. According to the Encyclopedia of Lifestyle Medicine and Health, nuts are a nutrient-dense, protein-rich food that should be consumed at least 4 times per week. Some of the nuts that I keep in my kitchen are generally peanut butter. I got this jar for $2.28 at Walmart, and it has 7 grams of protein per serving. I also got this container of dry roasted unsalted peanuts at Aldi for about $2, and it also has 7 grams of protein per serving. Information from that same encyclopedia tells us that nuts are not a complete protein source because they don't contain all of the essential amino acids. However, in an article for One Green Planet, Heather McLeese, who is a certified nutritionist, tells us that as long as you're getting a variety of protein sources in your diet, you shouldn't have to worry about getting in all of your amino acids. Some people are afraid of eating nuts due to their relatively high fat content, but you don't have to worry about that because they are high in unsaturated fatty acids, which many people lack in their diet. Now that we've talked about nuts, let's move on to legumes. The book Food in Context has a chapter on legumes in which it tells us that legumes are considered to be the 3rd largest group of flowering plants and the 2nd most important food group behind grains. Some of the legumes that I keep in my house include lentils and beans. This 1 pound bag of lentils cost me about $2.50 at Walmart and has 9 grams of protein per serving. And this 2 pound bag of black beans cost me about $2 at Aldi and has 10 grams of protein per serving. Legumes provide many benefits for the person who eats them. They are 2 to 3 times higher in protein than grains and also contain all of the amino acids. On top of that, they are rich in vitamin B, in iron, fiber, and some varieties have a lot of antioxidants in them, just like these black beans. Legumes are also a very reliable source of food, as they have been cultivated as far back as 9,000 years. They are easily dried and stored, so you can keep them for long periods of time before you use them. They are so reliable, in fact, that in 2010, the World Food Program created a chickpea paste to feed people in Pakistan after massive flooding and food shortages. I think we've talked enough about legumes as a whole, so let's delve into the very special soybean. Soy deserves its own category because of the wide variety of uses. The University of California, San Francisco has a webpage dedicated to soy products. Some of the examples include soy flour, miso, edamame, tofu, tempeh, meat substitutes, soy milk, and many other products. The Gale Encyclopedia of Alternative Medicine indicates soy protein as having tremendous potential benefit. Certain foods that are very high in protein made from soy include tofu, tempeh, and edamame. This tofu right here has 8 grams of protein per serving. While many meat substitutes that contain soy are very high in protein, they should generally be avoided because they're usually processed and contain gluten, which many people are finding they have intolerance to. The big debate with soy comes in with its content of phytoestrogen in the form of isoflavones. Some people think that it may actually benefit in fighting off cancer, while others are worried that the plant estrogen will affect their levels of hormones. As far as cancer goes, the Linus Pauling Institute at Oregon State University tells us that the research just is not there. Prostate cancer and breast cancer are mainly being looked at, but the evidence is inconclusive. On the other hand, the same article from the Linus Pauling Institute will tell us that while there is an estrogenic effect on our hormone receptors, due to the plant estrogen's structural similarity to human estrogen, there is no effect on overall hormone levels. So overall, you shouldn't have a problem when you eat soy, and just like everything, eat it in moderation. In conclusion, by consuming a good variety of nuts, legumes, and certain soy products, you shouldn't have a problem getting in enough plant protein. There are tons of recipes you can make that are easy, fast, cheap, and super healthy, just like black bean tacos, a tofu scramble, or even just some oatmeal with peanut butter in it. Having a great amount of options means that, unlike the common phrase suggests, you don't have to turn yourself into a musical instrument to increase the amount of plant protein you have in your diet.